Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Best day of the week. So today we are going to talk about when to get a chiropractic adjustment. Now, this is really a loaded question, and I've heard this a handful of times with people, and that's why I wanted to address it today. Now, as far as an adjustment goes, I mean, most of the time, let's be honest. Most of the time when people come in, it's because they're in pain, right? Whether it's the sciatic pain shooting down their leg, pain traveling down their arms, carpal tunnel syndrome, headache, migraines, whiplash, car crash, injuries. You name it. Most of the time, people are coming in because they're in pain and they have an injury. Now, let's back up the train a little bit, though, because most of the time when people come in, they can trace their pain back to a time when it started. Sometimes it's high school, sometimes it's a year ago, sometimes it's a month ago. They can trace it back to that, though, and typically we don't do much about it, right? It's human nature. Usually we're saying, maybe it'll go away. It'll get better. It'll get better. And then maybe it does get better because your body does have an amazing way of adapting to things, to adapting to pain. But in actuality, what happens is the problem is still there. You may be feeling better. You may not notice the quote unquote pain anymore, but the problem's still there. So now all of a sudden you're doing the activity, and let's say you're playing with your kid, or you bend over to pick up like a stick in the yard or something like that. Well, then their back goes out, or all of a sudden, they step off the curb wrong and just jar their bodies a little bit, and all of a sudden they start getting headaches after that. And they're like, well, I didn't do anything. But the problem actually started, a month ago. It started a year ago, 10 years ago is when it actually started. It's just, again, your body can adapt to certain things throughout your life. And so to answer the question, when to get an adjustment, I would argue to say get it done sooner than later. Get the problem fixed and corrected before it becomes a chronic problem. Because at the end of the day, what we're adjusting they're called subluxations of your spine. So, if those subluxations are there long enough, the bones of your spine aren't moving. They're not working. They're not functioning the way they should. The other aspect of it is the discs that are in there need that motion and movement to get their nutrients in and out. So now all of a sudden, if they're not moving the way they should, they're not getting their nutrients, they're going to start to basically dehydrate, shrink over time. Your body starts correction bone growth, and it's going to get arthritis, degenerative disc disease. That's when chronic things start. So avoid the chronic stuff, right? We can stop that process. We can avoid that process if we keep everything moving and functioning the way it should. And so again, when to get a chiropractic adjustment, I would argue do it sooner than later. Don't wait until you're completely laid up in your bed. Don't wait until you can't go to work. Don't wait until you can't play with your kids. Don't wait until you can't enjoy the activities, especially now that it's starting to get a little nicer out. Get it done sooner than later. So that's my answer to when to get a chiropractic adjustment. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, obviously feel free to leave those below in the comment area. You can always message us on Facebook as well. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday's tip. Have a great day.